Hi everyone, I'm Tyla Bishop, and if you've been following along, you know I've had a bit of a whirlwind lately. My clinic caught on fire, and not long after that, my business vehicle was in an accident and written off. These events made me realize something really important. As a small business owner, emergencies aren't considered if. It's more like considered when. Fires, water damage, break-ins, they all happen, and a lot more often than you would think. So today, I want to take you through what you can do to prepare. We'll talk about insurance that you should have and what to check for in your lease. And of course, step by step, what happens when disaster strikes. My goal is to give you a clear plan so that you're not caught off guard. Hey, let's pause there a moment and head over to YouTube so we make sure we get the whole video. Let's start with a little perspective. Did you know that in Canada, there are more than 13,000 workplace fires every single year? And that's just fires. Add in things like sprinkler systems going off, pipes bursting, or even vandalism and break-ins. And the risk gets a lot higher than most business owners could ever imagine. The takeaway? Even if it feels unlikely, you really do need a plan. All right. So the first piece of the puzzle is insurance. And I'm not just talking about having any policy. I mean having the right policy and knowing what actually is covered. Here are a few big ones to really pay attention to. Business owner's policy. Think of this as being like a starter bundle. It usually includes your property insurance, maybe liability insurance, and business interruption coverage. Okay, property insurance. This is the one that's going to protect your physical stuff, like your equipment, furniture, supplies. If there's a fire or theft or water damage from something like the sprinklers going off or a pipe bursting, this is the insurance that you want to make sure you have. But here's the catch. Not every property policy will automatically cover you, so you want to make sure that you read through the wording very carefully and make sure it specifies what type of damage is going to happen that you're covered for. Okay, business interruption insurance. This one's huge, and a lot of people don't realize how important it actually is until it's too late. If your clinic has to be closed because of a fire or water damage, this covers all of the lost income and sometimes even the cost of renting a temporary space. And finally, if you use a business vehicle, don't assume your personal car insurance will cover you. You'll need to make sure that you get commercial auto coverage as well. Okay, so beyond insurance, your lease agreement with your landlord plays a huge role when something like this happens. When you're signing your lease or even reviewing one that you haven't already signed, pay close attention to a couple of these sections. Fire safety responsibilities. Who's in charge of sprinklers, smoke alarms, extinguishers? If it's you, make sure that you know this. Check the lease for insurance requirements. Many landlords will require you to carry certain amounts of insurance. Make sure that you know what they're asking about and make sure that your landlord is carrying insurance as well for the building. Check for something called disaster or force majeure clause. These outline what happens if the building is damaged. Does your lease allow for a rent abatement while the space is being repaired? Can you terminate if the building becomes unusable? Does your lease outline a repair obligation clause? How quickly does the landlord have to fix things and get you back in? And finally, building code compliance. If a disaster means that the building has to be brought up to modern code, who pays for that? The landlord or you? These little details matter a lot when disaster actually hits. But what happens when the worst happens? There's a fire in your building? A sprinkler pipe bursts? What actually goes down? So first off, of course, you're gonna call 911. Make sure everybody is safe. That's number one. Next, once the fire department gives the all clear, start documenting everything. Photos, videos, notes. Take more than you think you're gonna need. Then call your insurance company right away. The faster you notify them, the faster they can start the claim process. get a claim number, and get you a contact person. At the same time, you want to notify your landlord, preferably in writing. Reference your lease and ask them to confirm what they are going to do in terms of repairs and rent abatement. From there, it's really all about communication. Tell your staff, tell your patients, and be as transparent as you can. People are a lot more understanding when they feel that they're in the loop. And finally, start planning your next step. That might be moving into a temporary space, shifting to online services if you can, or working reduced hours. Whatever it looks like, track every dollar you spend during this time. Many of those costs can be reimbursed. And it's not just fires and sprinklers. Break-ins can mean stolen equipment, damaged property, and security upgrades that you didn't budget for. Even something small like a pipe leaking that damages a treatment room can take you offline for days or even weeks. So the same point and the same rules are going to apply. Make sure that your insurance covers it, check what your lease says about it, and document everything. Communicate with your insurer, your landlord, and your clients as quickly as possible. Preparedness isn't about living in fear. It's about making sure one bad day doesn't sink your whole business. So, here's my challenge for you. After this video, take 5 minutes to pull out your insurance policy and lease agreement. Look for the words we talked about today: fire coverage, water damage, business interruption, rent abatement clauses. Highlight them and know what you've got and what you don't. Because the truth is, small businesses face these risks more often than we think. Fires, water damage, and break-ins, they don't discriminate. But when you're prepared, you can control the situation instead of letting it control you. If you found this helped you, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video in this series. And drop your questions in the comments, and I'd love to cover what matters most to you. This is the real work of building beyond the massage table. Thanks for watching.